Are you winning, son?
And Ethereum is at $724 per coin. If that doesn't sound sexy as to you, like, reevaluate, okay?
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an excellent day today. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies going wild. Actually, Bitcoin kind of hanging out right now, although it does look like it definitely wants to break out right now. Look at all of this consolidation that we've had since March 29th. Generally, an asset doesn't keep pushing on a resistance if it doesn't eventually plan on breaking out. But one thing we can talk about is these massive altcoin gains. Ethereum putting in a new all-time high. We have Polkadot at $45. Having a look right here, Polkadot has actually climbed back above Cardano, claiming the number 4 spot. So very exciting time for cryptocurrencies, altcoins specifically. In fact, we finally fell below our support that we have been talking about for our Bitcoin dominance. We literally, you can see we had this huge red candle. Altcoins went absolutely crazy. And oddly enough, though, we have had the previous resistance flip support. So that does beg the question, does this now mean that altcoins need to take a break for a day or two while Bitcoin pumps, or is the Bitcoin dominance going to continue to fall? I want to talk about that. I want to talk about massive altcoin gains, celebrities getting into cryptocurrencies, and also we have had some really amazing calls on this channel, and I do want to talk about some other hot trends to definitely keep your eyes on. So if all that sounds good to you, you know what to do. If you're not subscribed, definitely consider it, and without further ado, let's dive into the chart. So having a look right here, you will notice that the CME futures chart for Bitcoin is actually sitting above $60,000. Now, yes, we do still have a CME futures gap down here. We have not filled it. I'm not going to 100% rule out the possibility of not coming down here and filling that. However, you are noticing that we are putting in a bit of an ascending wedge, right? You can see right here, if we actually just draw a rough line, this is very rough, you can see that, there is still that possibility for consolidation. However, we did see the Ethereum breakout yesterday. Now, usually Bitcoin leads the rally. However, it seems like this time around, Ethereum led the rally, and then all the other altcoins started popping off after that. But do we need to be worried right now? Is Bitcoin actually setting up for an insane move that could slightly halt these altcoin gains? Well, you still notice that we are still held down by this heart line right here. Not much has changed. In fact, we've had 5 straight days of pushing on this level, pushing on this level, pushing on this level. Now, some people might be saying, well, that's probably bearish, right? Since we can't break above out of it. Not necessarily. It just means consolidation. You can see right here, we had a very similar moment where Bitcoin just kept pushing on it, pushing on it, pushing on it, pushing on it, and then we finally broke out after 7 days. So we've only really been consolidating here for 5 days. We could potentially be waiting for the futures market to open, right? Monday could be an absolutely explosive day for Bitcoin. I told you guys I do have buys for my long, though, just in case we take a dip before we, which, by the way, guys, I'm letting you know, I do believe that we are about to smash to the upside. I think Bitcoin is going to have an insane move. We're going to go to minimally $64,000, but on the off chance, we do have a consolidation down here. One more time, I do have buys around the $54,000 level, and I also have a buy down in the 50,000 blue box territory that we spoke about. And if you guys are interested in learning how to do that, you can trade Bitcoin over on Bybit. You can make money by longing or shorting, right? Either way. And if you want those extra $200 bonus on top of the $600 bonus, definitely check out my tutorial popping up above. Links in the description. Be sure to use them if you want the bonus. But you can see right here, we did. Now, I'm going to just be real, okay? So my video that I put out, I did say, I said, warning, this is very scary for Bitcoin. And I could tell by some of the comments and, the thumbs down on that, some people weren't feeling it, right? Some people don't like to hear the bearish narratives. Now, I just want to point out that I am not bearish. I just wanted to be a little bit realistic, right? We had never actually seen Bitcoin put in 6 monthly candles without having a pullback. In fact, the last time that it did it, it had a 70% pullback in 2017. And now we're about to put in potentially a 7th green candle. This would be absolutely historic, since the only time we did that was right before the 6 candles in 2013, and 8 months would just be unprecedented. Like, that's just literally has never been done for Bitcoin ever, right? So, I mean, hey, money printer go burr, right? This is great. But like analyst Robbie Liu had noted, the recent Bitcoin rally has resulted from overheated retail action. So he's a researcher over at OKX, and he was talking about rising premiums for the quarterly contracts that jumped $3,000 or about 5.7%. He talks about this level being almost the same as last month when Bitcoin had established the all-time high of 61,000. Following the rise in premiums are the funding rates for perpetual swaps. He says this began to rise midweek and have now reached over 0.15% for 8 hours. These figures are entering a dangerous range, okay? If the price does, here's the thing right here, okay? If the price does not break out to the upside in a short period of time, then traders attempting to chase the rally with high leverage will have to close their positions, thus putting a downwards pressure on the market. So this doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? I mean, in the next 2 days, we could break through these levels. Bitcoin goes to an all-time high. Great. Everyone's happy again. The only reason I made that video is just because I want to keep people into perspective, okay? Because a lot of times you get really excited. Coins are going up. People start throwing money at anything. And then, again, we have the 20-30% pullback and people can't handle it, right? So it was more of just a cautionary tale of the fact that, historically, sorry guys, this is the Binance chart. But if you go at the BLX chart, you'll notice that there was only one time ever that we put in 7. And the last time we put in 6 monthly candles, we did in fact have that 70% drop, right? But the thing is we are still in this blue box territory. So as far as I'm concerned, there's really nothing to be super bearish on. We still have an upwards trend. We're looking to break out right here. This is that $64,000, $65,000 level. This is the area where if you are in a short-term long, maybe you might want to look to take some profit. It's up to you. And of course you could be using a perpetual swap contract. I mean, when I say take profit, I don't mean sell Bitcoin. I mean, just keep the Bitcoin in case it goes back down, right? I'm not looking to sell my Bitcoin right now. I'm definitely looking to accumulate Bitcoin for sure. But the one thing that you will notice is that we had this massive breakdown right here to the 57.9% Bitcoin dominance. In fact, I don't want to toot my own horn, guys. Go back. We've had this chart established for quite some time. We touched it exactly. In fact, we touched it so exact that it blew my mind as well, because it's really interesting to see all of this being calculated, with all of the altcoins and then just Bitcoin, right? But nevertheless, we did have that breakdown and we did in fact see the altcoins going absolutely bananas. In fact, Polkadot, you guys know that is probably my favorite altcoin. I'm pretty transparent about that. Absolutely smashing it today, up 18%. So very, very happy today. As you guys know, I have quite a large bag of Polkadot, so I'm a happy boy today. Very, very excited for the Polkadot ecosystem as well. But, it's very interesting that Brian Beamish, he pointed out, it's funny how the markets are still so similar. Even though Ethereum's pumping right now, if you actually compare the charts of Bitcoin breaking out versus Ethereum, it is very, very similar. How they look on the scale. It's almost creepy when you kind of follow it. But the thing is Ethereum is lagging a lot behind Bitcoin. The previous Bitcoin all-time high was 20,000. Bitcoin is sitting at pretty much almost 60,000, right? So that's roughly a 3x. Whereas Ethereum only hit 1,400. We haven't even doubled from the previous all-time high. So Ethereum could have more than, 1.5x to go from that level, because we haven't even gotten close to where Bitcoin is. So there is that excitement that now is the alt season, right? And we are having that breakdown. And this is what a lot of people have been waiting for. In fact, one of the big questions circulating right now is, are the institutions actually accumulating? Like Ki Young Ju pointed out, 400,000 ETH, that's not dollars, that's actual tokens, flowed out from Coinbase in just a few days. He believes that these institutions could now possibly be starting to buy Ethereum. Well, we know for a fact that they are interested in altcoins because Chainlink had a crazy pump. I know my dad is happy. My dad has a lot of Chainlink. That's like his favorite altcoin. And you can see Grayscale has gone shopping. Data fetched by Bybit shows that crypto investment firm Grayscale bought 115,570 Link tokens for its Grayscale Chainlink Trust on March 17th up until April 1st. That included 65,000 $100,000 on just Thursday alone, which coincided with the price pump. So we are seeing a demand for these altcoins. We're also seeing the fact that Ethereum's total value in ETH 2.0 deposited has reached $7.6 billion, which represents an all-time high, right? Also, billionaire Mark Cuban has come out. And by the way, I know there was a lot of April Fool's jokes. I didn't post on April Fool's Day because it's just not even worth looking at crypto posts on April Fool's Day. I mean, the Teletubbies had come out with Tubby Coin. It was ridiculous. Peter Schiff said he was wrong about Bitcoin, right? So, that's obviously over and done with. We got through the April Fool's Day jokes, which is actually kind of interesting because the pump that actually started in 2019 started on April 1st. So it was really weird. Like, we were like, was this a joke? But anyway, so he says that he wished he had bought more Ethereum and he wished he had bought more sooner. He's talking about Bitcoin. You could do transfers. That's great. It's better alternative than gold. He says it is taking money away from gold. So he does continue to hold his Bitcoin. However, he goes on to gloat about Ethereum, saying it's changing. It's adapting over time. You're seeing that go to 2.0 and we're having EIP 1559. So this is more lifelike. So you have a lot of Ethereum. He says he has a lot of Ethereum. He started buying it 4 years ago. And he says for a breakdown of his currency, he has about 60% into Bitcoin, 30% into Ethereum, and 10% into other altcoins. Example, Aave, he mentioned. So I don't know, man. This guy, he's always changing his mind. Literally when Bitcoin was down, he said he'd rather own bananas than Bitcoin. And now that Bitcoin is up, he's all proud that he owns it. I mean, come on, man, stick with it. Like, you can't just be on the side of Bitcoin when it's doing well, and then in the bear market, you disappear. I mean, as you guys know, if you watch this channel, we were here during the entire bear market. We've been here during both of the bull markets, the bear market, bull market. So, I mean, like, at the end of the day, I don't change my narrative on Bitcoin just because the price falls. I still believe in Bitcoin and whether or not the price goes up or down. Although inherently it's going to go up forever, Laura, right? But I do hate when people flip back and forth. It's kind of like, for example, Paris Hilton. She was a person that kind of disappeared a bit during the bear market, and a lot of people have been bashing her about, she had an interview on CNBC's Closing Bell saying she's very excited about Bitcoin and its future. She's also excited about NFTs. However, in Paris's defense, she actually was around in 2017, and she was actually potentially one of the early pioneers of utilizing NFTs. I know, it's crazy, but you got to give credit where it's due. So it's not like she just showed up out of nowhere. She's actually been a supporter since 2017. But talking about NFTs and talking about crypto projects, I wanted to discuss the fact that we are entering the area of just crazy gains. Like, I mean, I have just seen some altcoins. Like, for example, I told you guys about Pokemon. I told you for a long time, I explained about the sale. This project did over a 100x. Yes, from the sale price. You're probably saying, what? Digital NF Pokemons? Yes, guys, yes. These are these crazy times in the markets, and these are the trends that we need to find. You can see they're talking about the success of it over here on BTC Manager. In fact, if you actually have a look at what Danilo S. Carlucci mentioned, he was saying we launched Pokemon org 2 days ago. Obviously, this tweet's a little bit old, but they were up to number 4 on top tokens by transaction count on the Ethereum network. So, I mean, look at this. They were up there with Wrapped, Ether, Tether, USD Coin, Chainlink, and Pokemon. I mean, these things are crazy. People are going crazy for collectibles, right? We talked about Eternity. They absolutely smashed it. Chain Guardians, they did absolutely well at the same time, right? But one of the biggest complaints, though, that we are, and obviously we've talked about those projects, but these are the things you want to follow the trends, okay? We talk about altcoins as being wealth generation, whereas Bitcoin is ultimately the wealth preservation. Now, some people may disagree with me. Fine. I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. My goal is to own more Bitcoin, but if I can utilize these altcoins in the process, then I'm going to do that, right? And yes, unfortunately, the gas fees have gotten just a tad bit too high recently, which is unfortunate, but there are a lot of projects looking to handle that, right? We've talked about Matic, recently rebranded to Polygon. We've actually seen OpenSea, right? They've looked for their NFTs to lower gas prices as well. And the thing that I've been looking at also is the ease of use. I've had a lot of people asking me about how to trade on Uniswap and things like that. And I really think that having that easy interface is still going to be one of the best things to keep your eyes on. Like we've talked about these different DeFi projects. We talked about insurance on the blockchain. Those projects have done well. NFTs have done very well. And now I believe that we're going to be looking for these sort of aggregated trading solutions, right? Finding the data, making the matches, maybe even potentially combining centralized exchanges with decentralized exchanges, which is what Katana is doing. Now, what these guys are doing is they're saying, trade crypto on DEXs and centralized exchanges with a full suite trading tools previously only available in centralized finance. Technical analysis, portfolio management, trading strategy, automation, and more. They say it's the ultimate all-in-one trading terminal. Now, obviously, we have seen a lot of projects coming out and trying to be the number one, right? We have talked about Orion Protocol. However, it has yet to be seen which one will be the go-to, right? Right now, it's almost like the market needs to decide. They do have a lot of interesting things that they're doing to really make it easier. And one of the things that I like is I don't like when I'm using Uniswap that I can't do these traditional type orders. They have stop loss, take profit orders that these exchanges don't offer. It works with 40 plus exchanges and all available trading pairs. They say key tools and capabilities that will help you have the advantages needed to crush all the existing crypto markets. Powerful enough for top pros, easy enough for casual traders. And don't forget, these guys are also going to be utilizing Binance Chain as well. Now, BSC, Smart Chain has become very popular. So we do have that competitor. We have Ethereum, we have Polkadot, we have Binance, right? And Binance has really gained some traction. So it is something that, I'm not going to rule off my radar, right? I'm not going to say this is going to be the clear winner until, we see where that demand goes. But they are going to be over on Polkastarter. So obviously that's what caught my attention, on top of the fact that the guys behind this, again, Morningstar and Moonrock Capital were the ones that have been behind all of these big NFT projects that have been absolutely mooning lately. So when I see these guys on the VC, I'm interested because they have an amazing track record for picking great projects, right? Pokedex is another one potentially you can have a look at. So these guys, they're a fully decentralized peer-to-peer order book-based cryptocurrency exchange for the DeFi ecosystem, but this is on Substrate. So they're focusing more on Polkadot, right? They're looking to have their fluid switch protocol, and obviously they're going to have that back and forth bridge between Polkadot and Ethereum. Now they're going to do this through Snowfork. And yeah, so definitely this is another one on my radar. They say that their current testnet transaction throughput has 300 transactions per second, more than enough to support the current crypto exchange landscape, and will continue to improve it to 20,000 TPS. So yeah, that's another one to keep your eyes on, guys. This is another one over on Polkastarter. Polkastarter has had some of the best projects coming out recently. Pokedex, so they're saying that this is April 16th, so definitely keep your eyes on that. And actually getting back to these guys over here, the whitelist is open and there's only 6 days left. So, these are where the biggest gains are made. If you have a look at, for example, Pokemon, when these guys hit exchanges, I think they did like a 3.5x, right? But from the sale, they did 100. So that's why, if you can get in on these, definitely try. Obviously, they're limited space, but I bring them to you so you guys just know these opportunities are out there. I'm trying to give you the information so early before it even hits exchanges so you guys can do your own research, right? Another one that I think, obviously this project came out. I told you guys about this when it, before it even hit the exchanges. Blank did like a 72 or a 74x or something like that. And this is definitely hot because, people do want their privacy. And right now we know that the blockchain is not private. Everything is traceable. So Blank says that they're helping to reclaim your privacy on Ethereum transfers. And you see that they're actually developing almost this MetaMask type wallet where you can have these private transfers. Now, the problem is that even before you connect to, your wallet, you have your IP address, which is exposed. So obviously you're going to want to use something potentially like a VPN, right? But once you connect, then your wallet address is exposed. And let's be honest, if people want to know the kind of money that you're making, where the money's flowing from, what apps you're using, they can figure it out. It's not private. It's not secret, right? We know that is the case right now. So the idea with Blank is to conceal this, hide the origins of your wealth, cover your trading activity, no KYC. Now, look, I'm not going to get into the whole, question of, what should you hide? What shouldn't you? I mean, look, guys, at the end of the day, if you're, living in a country and you got to pay taxes, pay your taxes. That's not something I'm trying to tell you not to do today, but I do believe in privacy. I do believe that, it is like, for example, I'd like to be able to prove that a transaction happened, but not necessarily show how much happened, right? And you will have these different options in blank. So it's the first Chrome extension that gives you untraceable identity, create a wallet, receive a backup seed key, deposit your crypto, very much of what you guys are similar to using. And then they'll mix the funds with the pool of coins in blank to hide their origin. Each time you want to make a withdrawal, blank will create a new wallet address for you with the amount of crypto dollars that you want requested. So MetaMask X Tornado Cash, protected by smart contracts that only you have access to. And they do have a utility token, obviously, which has been literally just smashing it. I mean, it's been up like 200% in like the past couple days alone. Fee reduction, token burn from 50% of fees. They have referrals, exclusive features, and probably the coolest part is liquidity providers earn 50% of the fees. So if a lot of people do end up using this, 50% of fees could be some really, really juicy incentive to definitely hold on to blank. So like I said, guys, I just want to give you an update. These are out already. They've been killing it. The project's been doing well, but a lot of you might have not picked up on that. But I do want to end on some fun notes. So if you guys don't watch the the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I've been watching that show. I watch all the Marvel shows. I watched WandaVision and Loki's coming out. So you can see right here, there was a shot where the, what are they called? The Flag Smasher group, right? There was a bounty, sell be dead for 1K Bitcoin. So of course, it's cool to see Bitcoin, but it's uncool that they're once again putting it in that like sort of terrorist limelight type thing, nefarious underground use case, but it still was kind of cool to see Bitcoin in the show. And finally, something that does put Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in the positive limelight is the Coinbase IPO, which has been approved for a direct listing for April, and the company will trade under the ticker symbol COIN, COIN. So that is it for me today, guys. Let me know, what do you think about this Bitcoin dominance breakdown? What do you think about these altcoins? Do you think that Bitcoin is winding up for this breakout, or do you think that we're going to have that fake out, that we've had too many green months and we need to have this dump? Like I said, guys, I do have buys once again. If you're interested in trading it, I have some buys right here around the $54,500, $55,000 level. And I have some down here at the very low $50,500 level. I do have my long still currently running. I haven't closed it, so I am still bullish. Right? So like I said, if you are interested, you can check that out. Also, if you haven't checked out Femex, they have a bunch of different altcoins. You can check that out popping above. But that is it for me. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. I hope you have an amazing weekend. And until next time, stay crypto. And also, if you haven't checked out these videos popping up right here, right now, check them out. And of course, peace out.